and for blacking out operations. As water is a scarce resource in our forests, we must use it effectively and not waste it. Your water supply is limited. A 400-litre tank on a slip-on will give approximately 4 minutes of water at maximum flow. There is more water on a tanker, but how long it lasts is dependent on the number of hoses used and the rate of delivery. On the fire line, use your water resources sparingly to attack hotspots, spot overs, to prevent trees close to the mineral earth break from burning, or to assist in blacking out. Water management on the fire line is crucial to the attack and to hold the fire. By conserving water, slip-ons and tankers spend more time securing the fire line and less time refilling at the water point. Refilling needs to be planned carefully. One option is to ferry water to the slip-ons, otherwise roster the vehicles to leave the line for the water point. Constantly monitor the rate of water use. Make sure that the rear tank remains full for vehicle protection should the need arise. Before attacking the fire, consider whether to use foam solution or water alone, and which spray pattern to apply. Usually, it's more efficient to use water, together with hand tools, to cool and disperse fuels and follow up with a targeted application of foam. Spraying foam onto an area first will make it slippery and dangerous to move around on. Too much foam makes hotspots difficult to relocate. Water extinguishes the fuel by heat absorption to form steam. The steam displaces the oxygen, smothering the fire. Wetting the fuel prevents further ignition. For small fires or for blacking out, apply water as a fine spray. This creates the greatest possible surface area to cool the fire. Take care to avoid the resulting steam and hot water. Apply the spray at the base of the fire to wet the fuel and spray along the outer edge of the fire rather than across it. Turn the water off when moving between fires. A bigger, hotter or faster moving fire needs a larger volume of water. Apply a stream of water at the base of the flames along the fire edge to knock down the flames quickly. Follow this up with a fine spray. Use the correct nozzle size and pressure. When moving between fire edges, turn the water off. This gives you time to assess the effectiveness of the operation while saving water. After knocking down the flames with water, always follow up by constructing a mineral earth break along the edge of the fire, taking care not to place burning material across the break. Once the break is in place, wet firefighting must go hand in hand with dry firefighting to prevent serious problems later. Any sections of fuel inside the break must be burnt out or allowed to burn out completely, not wet down. It may take a little more time for the fuel to burn out, but the temptation to hose down the edge using water or foam is a serious tactical error. After the fuel has burnt out inside the break, the water is used to treat spot overs and hot spots. This reduces the amount of work and conserves water, while at the same time making the fire edge more secure. Unfortunately, many firefighters fail to realise that a black edge along a mineral earth break is vital. Hotspots always remain active in forest fuel, even if it has been hosed down several times. Once the fuel dries out, it may flare up and escape. A completely burnt edge also makes blacking out and patrol much easier. At the end of each shift, refuel the vehicle and fill it with water. Each time you use the vehicle, check the water tank, prime and test the hose. so that you are fully prepared for firefighting. In summary, cool the fuel by applying water to the base of the flames or to unburnt fuel adjacent to the fire. To reduce waste, direct water along the fire edge. To achieve a fast knockdown of intense fires, use a high-pressure stream. To save water, turn it off when moving between fire edges. Water use must go hand in hand with dry firefighting. The edge along a mineral earth break must be completely burnt out. With all of the fuel along the break burnt out, apply water to spot fires and hotspots. When blacking out, use hand tools to treat fuels so that applying water or foam is more effective. Monitor water levels and maintain a reserve. During knockdown, the technique for the application of foam is the same as for water. Apply to the base of the flames. Apply along the fire edge. Apply to the unburnt fuel adjacent to the fire. The addition of Class A foam gives water additional firefighting properties. There is less runoff, meaning there is less waste. The bubbles increase the surface area of the water and act like a blanket. Foam is sticky, and it clings to the fuel, and the water draining from the foam extinguishes the fire. Foam can be applied with varying consistency. Wet foam is watery, has a large bubble structure, flows easily, and the bubbles break down quickly. It is best suited to penetrating and cooling the fuel. The range of uses for wet foam are direct attack on fine fuels, tall or elevated type fuel. When blacking out, particularly for deep duff or litter materials, sawdust, peat and other deep-seated fires. For application from an aircraft where canopy penetration is necessary. Fluid foam has the consistency of watery shaving cream and a medium to small bubble structure. This means that the bubbles are smaller and there is less separation between the bubbles in the foam. As the bubble wall tends to be stronger, this creates a more effective and longer-lasting blanket than wet foam. The smothering action and penetration offered by this type of foam is particularly useful during blacking out. Fluid foam can be used soon after flames subside to extinguish fire before it burns underground. Any stumps or logs must be broken up to expose the fire before they are treated with the foam. When attacking the fire edge, make sure that foam is applied evenly to both the unburnt fuel and the burning fuel. Then apply foam to hot spots near the edge. A change in colour to greyish yellow indicates a hot spot beneath the foam. Since foam is highly visible compared to water, it reduces waste by preventing over-application. To penetrate burning material, break it up first, then work the nozzle as close to the exposed coals as possible. As the foam fills the spaces and clings to the surfaces, it smothers the fire. When coating trees, apply foam to the highest part first. The foam running down the tree will do some of the work for you. This saves time and water. When compressed air systems, CAFs, are used, an effective technique is to shut off the valve for a few seconds. This builds up back pressure, release to produce a fine bubbled mist and longer discharge distances. Foam is slippery. Take care when walking into areas covered with foam. Take additional care when climbing in and out of vehicles after applying foam. It's a good practice after foam has been used to clear hose lines with water before disconnecting the lines or filling other firefighting vehicles. In summary, aim foam at the base of the fuel that is burning. Along the fire edge, place the foam partly on the burnt fuel and the unburnt fuel. When using CAFs, close the valve and release to create a cooling mist that also has a greater discharge distance. A change of colour of the foam to greyish yellow indicates a hot spot requiring additional treatment. Always shut off the nozzle when moving between fires. There are limitations to the safe and effective use of water and foam on the fire line. Once flame height gets above 3 metres, the radiant heat makes a direct attack very difficult. Spotting will also spread the fire, which may cut off any chance of an escape. Fire in a stringy bark forest often spreads high into the trees, making control with water impossible. When the head of the fire gets too hot or is spotting, a flanking attack with water and foam from a mineral earth break, mopping up as the attack progresses, is a safer and more effective strategy. When blacking out, break up the fuel before applying the water or foam. Always follow safe work practices and watch out.